If I want to buy in-stock cabinets at my local Home Depot, I only have a few options. I have these raw wood ones, which you can paint. I don't love the profile of them and also the extra time it's going to take to paint them. Then they have these white shaker style cabinets, but they're really plasticky and they feel like plastic and they look like plastic. And I don't like the line that's on the shaker profile. And then now they've started to carry these ready to assemble Avondale cabinets. So that's what I'm trying here. I got them in white, but they have a couple other color options as well. My favorite little trick for any time I have to assemble cabinets or furniture or anything of that nature is just cheap moving blankets. You can lay it on the floor, then you don't have to worry about scratching the finish of anything you're working on. And so I think that's a super handy trick. And then when I purchase anything, I like to pull out the instructions, pull out all the parts, make sure I have everything and nothing is damaged, because it sucks when you get something most of the way assembled and then realize that you have a smashed corner or a broken panel and you did all that work and now you need a new package. You're going to take this screw and slide it through this little piece, and then you're going to go to all of the pre-drilled, there's little holes on each side, and we're going to attach these. Now I'm going to do them most of the way with a drill and then finish with a screwdriver. I just don't want to over crank it and strip this out. So I'm going to do both of the side pieces. I'm going to do the same thing with what will be our back panel of the cabinet. If you're assembling a cabinet that has a drawer, at this point we're going to grab the drawer slide hardware. It's in a separate box inside the box. You're going to set most of it aside and just grab the two slide pieces. So just to kind of show you the anatomy, this gray plastic piece that is going to go into the back of the cabinet just slides out. And I'm just showing you the instruction manual so you know which one goes on which side. The up and down, the vertical piece is going to be like an L. You want those to have each L facing each other so the sliding portion is towards the middle of the cabinet. For this part, you're going to use the smaller screws that came in the hardware packet for the slides. Don't use the bigger screws that you have been using so far that came in the orange packet. They're too big, they'll push through on the other side. So use the small ones. You're going to attach this plastic bracket on the back. It has two spots that it screws in. It's kind of hard to see because the middle piece of plastic slides. This is how you adjust and straighten out the drawer if it's kind of cattywampus. And so slide it one way, put the screw in, slide it the other way, put the other screw in. Now you're going to take the face frame that has the doors already attached, and on the back side you're going to do the screw and that little dowel piece that it goes through, and you're going to attach those on the 4 pre-drilled holes. Then we're going to start to assemble everything. The channels are all already cut in place, so I put the side pieces on, and then the bottom piece, and then the back piece. And it'd be easier if you had an extra set of hands, but you definitely don't need it. And then you're going to pull out these little corner pieces that just clip in. You're going to put these corner clips on the top and the bottom on all 4 corners. Now on the instructions, it tells you on the top if you're going to put what type of countertop, what direction to put these. So if you're going to use a laminate countertop, they want you to put them what I would consider upside down, basically where if you wanted to fit a screw through these, you could go inside the cabinet and screw up into the laminate countertop. If you're going to use any other countertop, you're not going to do it that way. So you want the smooth side up if you're doing on the top, if you're doing like stone or anything like that. But if you're doing laminate, you want the side that looks like it's the inner workings upward. Okay, one thing I just want to show you guys is like to hear, I know the sound is bad, but how these click in. So you know it's in when you hear that click. And then only for these bottom 4, you're going to use a screw through this hole, and you're going to screw and secure that bottom panel. You're gonna slide this toe kick into the pre-existing channels, and then you're gonna use the pre-drilled pocket holes and attach a screw on each side. You have a couple of holes on the back and the side that you're gonna just screw through the pre-drilled holes to hold the cabinet in place better. We're gonna start to assemble the drawer. The big thing here is just making sure that slit that's cut in the cabinet sides, that dado, is lined up all the way around, because this is where the bottom of the drawer is gonna slide in. So they tell you to use a mallet. I only had like a rubber mallet. I only had a hammer on site. I just used it carefully. You're gonna tap those dovetails in for each of the side pieces, and then you're gonna put the screw through the hole that's already pre-drilled to attach everything. Now you're gonna take the drawer bottom panel and slide it into this channel. Pick the prettiest, smoothest side to go inside the drawer. The bottom is gonna be inside the cabinet and you're never gonna see it. As you assemble this and you put, because there's a dovetail on the back of the drawer too, you're gonna have to kind of squeeze this together and make sure that the bottom of the drawer stays in the panel or the channel. So just make sure that it's all slid in and tight and snug before you start screwing in the back of the drawer. You might have to adjust and wiggle it around if this bottom panel or any of your pieces are warped a little bit. I screwed through the 2 holes in the side just like we did in the front of the dovetail, but looking at this video as I'm editing it, it looks like there might be 2 holes on the back of the drawer as well, and I don't think I put a screw through those, so just double check if you need to put one there. I might have missed that. These 2 pieces came in the box of hardware for the drawer slide. So if you have a cabinet with a drawer, we're gonna do this step. If not, obviously we're gonna omit this and you're pretty much done. You can skip through this. But basically they line up in the corner really easily like this, and then there's 2 pre-drilled holes that you're gonna screw through into the bottom of the cabinet. They don't line up perfectly. When I looked through the holes down into the pre-drilled holes, they weren't perfectly aligned, and it was okay. It worked as I screwed them in. Now we are going to take the metal drawer slides and attach them into the plastic piece that we already attached in the back of the cabinet. Now I'm showing you how to attach it here, but it doesn't go in all the way. You're going to actually slide it out to the depth so that the front of the slides sits on the front of the cabinet in the frame. And so there's a pre-drilled hole in the face frame of the cabinet, and that's gonna align with the drawer slide, and that's where you're gonna screw through to hold the slide in place on each side. Now we can slide our drawer onto the drawer slides, and I did a little clip just to show you how to clip and unclip those from underneath if you ever need to take out your drawer. Now also remember that plastic piece on the back of the cabinet slides from side to side. So if your drawer is a little bit wonky and you need to straighten it out, you can slide that to get a nice straight even pull. You can use the clips provided and pick where you want your adjustable shelf to go. And then you can go ahead and put those sticky bumpers on the doors and the drawers. And then you're pretty much ready to start setting the cabinets in place.